On Friday, I bought a guitar that I don't think in years. I don't think I've had a guitar that I knew nothing about, didn't think I would like, and then immediately loved and have played until my fingers hurt. So the guitar showed up on Craigslist and then I saw it on Facebook Marketplace. So it was a Waterloo made by Collings. It's a 12 fret, slope shoulder, slot headstock, cherry back and sides. Amazing little guitar. Now, the thing is, this is not the kind of guitar that typically shows up around here. This is the kind of guitar I would expect to see from New Orleans because it's just very bluesy, very soul-oriented. Also, this is a ladder brace guitar. We'll talk more about the fit and features when I get the guitar out here in a minute, but the thing I want you to know about the deal is I saw this thing come up on a Thursday night, so I immediately set to work to figure out how much this guitar is worth and what I wanted to pay for it. So I went on Reverb and I went on eBay. There are two tricks I always use. So one, I looked at the Reverb price guide. There just haven't been enough of them trading hands, especially within Reverb's ability to see those deals coming and going, for Reverb to give any real price guide info. So then I went to what are people asking for them? And it is important to remember that when someone is asking for a guitar, they can ask whatever they want. And so there were a couple listings that are on Reverb. They've been on for a long time and they haven't sold. So they're not worth the numbers that are on there. Reverb wasn't super helpful. I went to eBay to completed listings. And when you're in eBay, scroll down on the left side, you'll see completed listings. And then the listings that come up in green are the actual price that these guitars have sold for. So I poked through and I found that not many of them had sold. The closest thing I could find is that one of them sold for $1,900. About a year ago. So after digging into eBay and Reverb and finding out what I think this guitar is worth, I think the guitar is an $1,800, maybe a $2,000 guitar. To get to the higher end of that price is you're gonna have to spend more money to sell it, so you're gonna have to sell it on eBay or Reverb. So if you sell it on eBay or Reverb, you're gonna give away anywhere between 6 to 10%, 12%. If you're going with Reverb, especially if you buy the shipping through Reverb, they're going to make you buy buyer protection. So you're gonna end up spending 10 or 12% of your sale price. So I came up with a number that I thought was good. I was like, well, in my brain, I want to be in that guitar $1,500. So I went to my email and I said, hey, I would love to own this guitar. It is such a cool guitar. Would you take $1,500 in cash tomorrow morning? And then that was it. I went to bed and I hoped and I prayed that I would get an email back in the morning saying that this guitar could be mine and that we could make the deal. The next morning, first thing, 7 o'clock in the morning, I get an email saying, that's great. When can you meet this morning? So driving an hour each way over the mountains and back with the little kids that I have and not having my wife with me to help with kids in the back, it was just too far. So what I ended up saying was, hey, is there any way possible that you could come over the mountain if we could meet in Waynesboro? So if we could meet in a town that's a little closer to me. And I think it's because I just came into it with like the expediency of cash and then the dignity of saying like, hey, is there any way, could you do me a favor and come over the mountain? So the guy said, absolutely, I have to go to Home Depot anyway. So Home Depot in Charlottesville or Home Depot in Waynesboro, they're about the same distance. So he said, that's great, let's meet at 11:30. So we both drove. I didn't take my camera because I have my kids with me. And so I met him and it was the easiest deal. He broke out the guitar, set it on the tailgate of his truck, opened up the case, and I strummed it. And okay, so this guitar, I did not expect to love this guitar the way that I do. This guitar is ladder braced. And so ladder bracing means that they're horizontal braces rather than an X brace on the inside of the top. Typically, and in all of my experience up to this point, ladder brace guitars tend to sound thumpy and they don't have much sustain. They're perfect for blues, but it's just not my style of guitar. But I strummed this guitar and it just sings. It is incredibly vocal and it just sounds awesome. So I picked up the guitar. The first thing I noticed was how shallow the headstock angle is, which is actually super vibey and cool. It's a slot headstock. It's a deep V neck. And it's a really shallow kind of triple O size guitar. It's round shoulders. It's similar in shape to that Hudson Dalton Crossroads that I reviewed. I'll put the video up here. But it's just an amazing guitar. So with that said, I have played this guitar until my fingers hurt, and I've sung, and I've written new songs, and I've figured out new versions of my songs, and to me, I'm like, this is a guitar I have to keep. I have to hang on to this, because it's just so incredibly cool. That's the story of how I got it. The key points for you to hang on to are offer cash, pay quickly, meet people where you can. If you need to call in a favor, do it after you've already kind of curried some favor and committed to a deal. So I found it. I was the first one to get to it. I sent an email quickly saying I can pay with cash. I can get there as soon as I can. And then when I needed a favor of, hey, can you actually meet me? It saved me about 30 minutes in going over some mountains. I had curried enough favor that I could ask him to make that run. It was really easy for him. It was great for me. The deal went so perfectly. The guitar is in such great condition. When I opened it up, I immediately assessed it for cracks, scratches, finish, dings, any dents, any breaks. And the guitar just passed. So let's open it up. I want you to hear it. I want you to see it and to just try and experience it in the same room, because it is seriously a magical, magical guitar. And I am the world's foremost optimist, I believe, or I have been accused of such. But this guitar, seriously, is just different. So anyway, I want you to hear it. I want you to see it. Let me go grab it. Okay, here it is. And I've got another camera down here so you can see it. So this guitar is infinitely inspiring to me. I've owned, in the last couple of years, I've been on this amazing hot streak. I've owned so many guitars that I care so much about and I think are such incredible and important guitars. Like my Guild M20 right here is such a great guitar. That Husson Dalton TDM upstairs, And I've made the joke that I'm not Jeremy the Guitar Collector, I'm Jeremy the Guitar Hunter, and that's true. Almost every guitar that comes with me ends up going somewhere eventually. So when you find a guitar that really connects with you, that speaks to you, that feels like something that is really important, and that you're gonna learn something more about yourself the more you play it, hang on to that guitar. Make your world work around it so that you can hang on to that guitar. So as I start looking around the room, like I'm starting to get to where I have a collection of guitars that are really important and really significant to me and that I want to hang on to, and I want to figure out a way to keep them and I want to find a way to keep them and then write music with them and start recording music that I've been playing for years. So one of the questions I get asked all the time is, you know, is there any recorded music of me on the internet? And you have to kind of look and search and know me personally to kind of know which bands and projects that is. And I do want to change that. I did a sponsored video with DistroKid a while ago, and I want to work up the courage to record the rest of my music. I've got 8 or so songs that I like and I'm proud of that I've just never quite finished. They're 80% done. They're 85, 90% done. This is the kind of guitar that I need to just sit around and spend a bunch of time with, and then let it give me some courage and let me kind of trust its leading to record some good music. So, generally speaking, modern acoustic guitars come from 2 general schools of thought, and this is the beautiful third way. So you have Gibson-style guitars that are X or ladder braced, and then they're going to be J45s, LGOs, LG1s, LOOs, all the way up to the big boys, to the J200s. All of those guitars kind of come from the same kind of idea of a Gibson acoustic guitar. On the other side of this, you have Martin-style guitars. They're all X-braced, unless there's some unusual outlier, but almost every guitar I can think of in this world is X-braced. They're going to be Sitka spruce tops. They're going to be mahogany or rosewood back and sides. They're going to be Martin style. So think Martin D18s, D28s, but then you also have smaller sizes, triple O, double O, single O. Then in the 1930s, 1940s, there was a third way of understanding guitars, and that was the Stella kind of guitar, the Harmony kind of guitar. It was the much more affordable styling of a guitar. And so that's where this Waterloo pulls tons of styling cues and designs from those 1930s era. These were very affordable blues guitars. Now, this guitar is ladder braced, so that should mean that this guitar is thumpy, doesn't have as much resonance, doesn't have as much sustain. I haven't found that to be true because while this looks like a very plain, ordinary guitar, this guitar is built by Collings. So it's built by one of the best builders in the world, and what Collings and Waterloo have done with this guitar is they've taken a lot of styling cues, but they have pumped up the quality of materials and the quality of construction to a level that this guitar, this kind of guitar, just didn't get in the 1930s and 1940s. And what is cool is that by throwing the best quality materials and the best craftsmanship at it, they have made an amazing guitar that I didn't see coming. Like if we're talking like most people go Gibson or most people go Martin, I'm pretty much on the Martin side. Like those are the guitars I tend to like most. And so when I found this guitar, I figured, I can make a couple $100 on it. There's an amazing lesson for me to learn here. That is, I don't know all of the things that I love, and it's good to shake it up. It's good to try new things. I don't think if I walked into a guitar shop, I wouldn't have picked one of these up. But the fact that I found it in the wild and then I played it, and I immediately found that it's just perfect for me and for my style. Like I'm a fingerstyle guitar player. And so this guitar is just great for me. This is such, I didn't see this coming. I didn't see how much I would like this guitar and how much it would just light a fire in me, which that's what I always say, is that when you get the right guitar in your lap, you will learn new things about yourself. And that's what happened. That's what's happened with this guitar. So I'm very excited. Oni, you're gonna see a lot more of this guitar. I wanna talk more about bracing patterns. I wanna talk more about this style of guitar, but without this video being too long, I'm very excited. So, I'm Jeremy, I'm the Guitar Hunter. Make sure that you are subscribed and you have the bell on down below, so that way you know when new videos come up. And I know that every YouTube channel you watch does that, but one of my favorite things, as someone who loves YouTube myself, I love catching up and kind of feeling the rhythm of the channel as the creator kind of intends it. You know, like for me, I try to place these videos in a time that I think you might be bored, or you might need some optimism, some hope, some cool guitars. If you want to support the channel, you can go to my website. You can buy t-shirts. You can check out the shop. So it's jeremytheguitarhunter.com/shop. You can see what guitars I have for sale. Check out some merch. Those are all good ways to support the channel. So thanks for watching this video. I'm going to end with a sneak peek of a song that I've written that this guitar reminds me of and makes me, it gives me the courage to actually record and play this song out. So check it out. Here comes that video right now. This song is about the fact that when I was 14, I was diagnosed with a heart condition. When I was 20, my mom died from that heart condition. And then right before my 21st birthday, I had to have a defibrillator implanted to make sure that my heart keeps doing the things that hearts are supposed to do. Beating normally and continuing to beat. So my whole life, I've always felt like I might not make it to being an old man. So, and that's, I want to, especially with my kids being around. So this song is all about that. It's about a guy who's living an adventure and he's not ready for it to be over yet. Haven't finished the song, but here's the first bit.